Clerk Paul, can we call the council meeting in order, please?
Lennon,
Here.
Boywood,
Here.
Leisure,
Here.
Bate,
Here.
Pabon,
Here.
Ruiz,
Here.
Baranella,
Here.
Carmichael.
Here.
8 present, Mayor.
Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we please keep in our thoughts and prayers the family of Charlene Miranda, recently passed away, wife of our township trustee Jesse Miranda, as well as Officer French, the officer who was shot and killed in Chicago, whose mother has affiliation with Berwyn. She's a teacher at our Piper High School, and as well as all the men and women we have, Piper Grade School, excuse me, as all the men and women we have on the street tonight. Thank you. If anybody wishes to address the open forum, please step forward to the swinging gate, state your name and address.
Hello, we're JSA, and we would like to proudly say that our Juneteenth event was a success, and we want to thank everyone who attended, and we want to especially thank our sponsors, Alderman Mary Beth Arnella, Alderman Alicia Ruiz, Alderman Scott Lennon, and Treasurer Robert Reyes. If any other elected official wants to reach out to JSA for any community events, you could contact us after the council meeting for our contact information. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much.
Sir? Yes.
Hi. Can people hear me? My name's Neil Watermeyer, resident Berwyn, 1400 Home Avenue on the north side. And I've come to talk today about the repeated failure of waste management to pick up my lawn waste. In the past 6 weeks, 50% of the time they failed to pick up my lawn waste. And that was even after I understand there was a meeting among certain city council members and waste management, and it continued to happen after. So on June 28th, I didn't get any pickup. On July 5th, I didn't get any pickup. On July 19th, I didn't get any pickup. I called waste management a number of times the week of July 5th. I waited on hold for in excess of 20 minutes on multiple times. I got a hold of them one day. They said they would get it taken care of. I had to call them a second day. I had to end that call because I had to go back to work. When I finally did get a hold of someone, they treated me like a number. They told me that that Berwyn is all under one account, and it would be too hard to look up my individual name to see the status of my account. I wanted to see if they could guarantee that they'd pick it up. I was almost certain after calling 2 days in a row, after not getting service for 2 weeks, that they would pick it up, and they didn't pick it up for 5 more days. And, you know, like I said, I think we're treated like a number. And I don't understand how there's such a failure of a basic service for local government like waste pickup. And it's clear that corporate profits are being put ahead of the residents right now. And generally speaking, I think that the public should, you know, have a space where people are fairly compensated and provide services that we need, and that those services, what's fair and how they're distributed should be done in a city hall and not in a corporate boardroom, and should be done by all the residents. And I don't know who runs waste management, but they seem to not care about us. And I think in the short term, we should be reimbursed for services that we didn't get. I think that money should be passed along to the residents. And in the medium term, I think that we should have local residents provide this service. So we'll be treated with respect and not like a number. And maybe we could create some great union jobs. So I think we should kick waste management to the curb and do it ourselves and treat residents above corporate profits. Thank you.
Sir, did you have the opportunity to call my office with respect to the complaints? Okay.
I could call your office, but
No, because we'd like to look into the problem as to why it's not being picked up. So Ruth, do you have his, if you would give Ruth after the meeting your address, we can look into the problem and find out why it's not being picked up. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Myra Garcia. I'm from SGA Family and Youth Services. I am here to inform of what our program is doing with Berwyn. We've been offering services for families ages 0 to 3, pregnant women, and we've been giving information regarding the child development, their growth, every milestones of the child. We offer diapers, wipes, other incentives to the families that have been participating in our program. And we also been informing them about the services that the Berwyn office offers. Like we helped the parent not too long ago to get a birth certificate. They were not aware that since the child was born around this area, they were entitled to come and pick up a birth certificate at the city hall. And neither we were aware of that information, so that was very helpful for ourselves and them, the families as well. We were able to receive the birth certificate like in less than 10 minutes. We give other services. We find resources for the families, such as we did with the birth certificate, and we offer other materials, educational materials for pregnant women, for children, and if they need any other support, like services, help for rent, light, gas, all that stuff, we try to find the right information in the resources.
Claudia, do we have the information so we can put it on our website? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
May I remove my mask, please?
If you were speaking in the mic.
Good evening, Mayor, Aldermen, and other members of the Berwyn City Council. My name is Javier Montano. I'm a South Berwyn resident of the First Ward. I'm here tonight to oppose the proposed proclamation and/or recognition of U.S. Representative Cori Bush of Missouri's 1st District by Alderman Pabon. Alderman Pabon seeks to recognize President Joe Biden and Representative Bush for their work on extending the moratorium on evictions due to hardships experienced by the pandemic. Madam Clerk, I would like it to be known for the record I am not here to knock down, argue, or minimize the problem which the eviction moratorium addresses. I stand present to bring light the policies of a person which an alderman here seeks to recognize. Cori Bush stands as a major figure in the push to dismantle and defund the public safety institution of policing in our country. Our police are in a state of dereliction of public support due to the harmful and dangerous rhetoric of people like Bush, who has been one of the people spearheading a campaign to villainize every person that puts on a badge to protect our communities. Bush has stood as a proponent of legislation to incapacitate our police and make it harder for them to do their jobs, while by effect, making it easier for the criminal to do his. Our police pay the price as they are on the front lines night and day, risking their lives just to be degraded, targeted, spit on, and shot at. This is a profession that Representative Bush seeks to destroy, putting residents at risk, while she enjoys the comfort of private security. It was only 3 nights ago the men and women of the Chicago Police Department suffered the unforgivable loss of police officer Ella French. Officer French gave her life to what she knew was a thankless job in an environment that did not support her or the rest of her brothers and sisters. Despite this, she remains steadfast in her duties nonetheless. We will continue to mourn her loss and continue to pray for the recovery of Officer Carlos Yanez, who was also wounded in that dastardly attack. It is unfortunate that so many of our residents here in the city of Berwyn and around the country have felt severe adverse impacts as a result of COVID-19. People left without jobs to provide shelter for their families. Undoubtedly, it has been a tough year for many, and the moratorium has provided some assistance. But let me be frank, the civil unrest which cities across the country, including our own, suffered last summer didn't help residents at all. With the memories still vivid of watching our cities burn, we have people like Cori Bush screaming to defund the police, pushing a campaign, if it were ever to come to fruition, would undoubtedly put citizens at risk. To prop up a politician that is a proponent of such unrest is dangerous and has no place being recognized in the city of Berwyn. That being said, I would find it insulting to recognize Bush, as I believe she had done more than this in the past year and a half to divide us as a people than to bring us together. Recognize President Biden, if you will, but strike Bush from the record. We are a community that has always supported our members of public safety. Just a short while ago, our mayor asked us to keep in mind the men and women we have on the street tonight. This is a request that our mayor has reiterated on countless occasions, starting with these meetings. Tonight, I ask this body to truly keep our first responders in safety and the safety of Berwyn in mind when you ask yourself, should I really be recognizing a person like Corey Bush? With that, thank you, Mayor. Shame on you, Alderman Pabon. And thank you to the rest of the aldermen. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
My name is Jenna Mussman Palace. I live in the 3rd Ward, and I would just like to make a short statement as a follow-up to the statement that was just made. Any loss of life to gun violence is a tragic, preventable loss, and the civil unrest that's happened in this country is due to the actions of the police as an institution, and that's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for open forum? Alderman, anything? Yes, Marge?
Mayor, in my capacity as a member of the Berwyn Health District, I just wanted to report that 2 weeks ago, I almost joyfully announced that we had no COVID deaths for the months of June and July. The COVID case count reported by the Cook County Health Department was 54 persons in June. These are all people living in Berwyn. 54 Berwyn residents in June, 73 people in July. Sadly, as of August 10th, we have 99 people who have been diagnosed with COVID, according to Cook County Health. That's 99 people in 10 days. We had no deaths in June, no deaths in July here in Berwyn. Sadly, on August 5th, we recorded our 119th COVID-related death. I'm asking you to please be vaccinated. If you're a member of a church council and you'd like to have a vaccination event after a Sunday service, please call the Berwyn Health District at 708-788-6600, and our staff nurses will come after one of your services to provide vaccinations. We can provide them to keep your congregation congregating. Please encourage everybody that you can to become vaccinated. Thank you.
Thanks, Marge. Alderman, anything for open forum?
I have something. I would like to thank the JSA who are here tonight, and also the NHS who are not here for being involved in the community and always helping out. They helped me at this last ward cleanup this past Saturday. And I think we're in good hands with future leaders like this. Paulina Herreran, Steve Vlici, Danny Vilches, Clarissa Segura, Maya Hernandez, Silas Camp, Jennifer Beltran, Lila Quizran, Jasmine Oliveras, and Dominique Vernal. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Alderman. Anybody else for open forum? Yes, ma'am.
We offer group connections every 2 weeks in our.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that in the mic,
We
please?
offer group connections in our services. It's every 2 weeks. The group connection consists of families coming together. Maybe you guys want to participate during one of our group connections and offer the vaccinations for the families, and then maybe participate like in an event that we're going to have soon, back to school in our agency or other events, so you guys could motivate the families to get vaccinated.
Yeah, Clerk Paul will talk to you. She's with the health district, so that'd be nice to marry that. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item C1, please.
Item C1 are the minutes of the Committee of the Whole in the regular City Council meeting of July 27th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve the Committee of the Whole and regular City Council meetings of July 27th, 2021.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Fay to approve the minutes of the Committee of the Whole in the council meeting of July 27th, 2021. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item D1, please.
Item D1 is a communication from Library Director Sheedy regarding acceptance of digital signed bid.
I'll make a motion to concur with Tammy Sheedy and approve Chicago Sign Group as our digital sign vendor. Funding for this project will be taken from the Berwyn Public Library Viverka account. The Library Board of Trustees, Viverka Committee approved this expenditure at their August 2nd meeting.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Fate to concur with the recommendation of Director Sheedy and approve Chicago Sign Group as the digital sign vendor at the cost of $27,265 to be paid out of the Viverka account. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye.
Roywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Pabon? Ruiz?
Aye.
Arinella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item E1, please.
Item E1 is a request for approval of a car parade.
David, did you have a comment you wanted to modify this?
I would just ask that council approve the request subject to police and fire approval of the route.
That would be in the motion.
Okay. I will make a motion to approve this BDC, the BDC to host the car parade and send this communication to Police, Fire, and Public Works for assistance and to approve the route.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Roywood to concur with the recommendation of Executive Director Hallsberg, allow them to host the car parade, subject to the Police and Fire and Public Works Services, as well as Police and Fire approval of the route. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item
Mr. Mayor,
F1,
if I
please.
could just beg your indulgence for one moment, just for the record, our 2021 quarterly report has been provided to City Council, and I'd just like the minutes to reflect the same.
Okay, we all have it on our desk. We all had it on our desk. Okay? Item F1, please.
Item F1 is a proclamation celebrating the 18th National Black Business Month. Whereas August 1st, 2021 marks the beginning of the 18th National Black Business Month, and whereas in August 2004, motivated by his own experiences, Frederick E. Jordan Sr., P.E., a legendary civil engineer whose work has shaped the current skyline and infrastructure within San Francisco, and John William Templeton, the creator of the California African American Freedom Trail, launched National Black Business Month to help highlight black entrepreneurs and encourage people to support their businesses. And whereas this observance highlights the important role of African American businesses to the black community as well as to overall national economy. And whereas this celebration also generates awareness for the policy issues affecting African American entrepreneurship. And whereas data from the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau indicates that there were approximately 2.6 million black businesses in the United States, employing nearly 1 million employees and generating annual revenue of roughly $187 billion. And whereas, according to the most recent United States Census reports, women are at the heart of growth of black-owned businesses. Census data reveals that 59% of black-owned businesses are operated by women. There were 900,000 black and female-owned firms in 2007, which grew to 1.5 million in 2012. And whereas black businesses here and across the country have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19 pandemic, with approximately 41% of black businesses shuttered due to the pandemic nationwide. And whereas the 18th Annual National Black Business Month is more important now than ever, as black communities and business owners and their supporters and allies come together to uplift and promote greater economic freedom for the black community. And now therefore let it be proclaimed that I, Mayor Robert Lavero, and the esteemed members of City Council find the importance of black business to the city of Berwyn merits special recognition during the month of August, and encourage all residents to seek ways to shop, invest, contract with, and raise the visibility of our cherished businesses all year round. And we therefore declare the month of August as National Black Business Month in the city of Berwyn, dated the 10th day of August, 2021.
I will make a motion to approve this proclamation as presented, affix the necessary signatures, and send it on its way to passage.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, second by Ruiz to adopt the proclamation as presented, affix the necessary signatures, and place on its way to passage. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. With that, I would like to introduce 3 of our black business owners who are here with us tonight. From the Fresh Cleaning Services, Joyce Lane and Ken Williams. And from Resume Resuscitation LLC, Ingrid Fowler-Rath. I want to thank you for providing the services to our community and your participation. Thank you. Come on up. Thank you very much. Item G1, please.
Item G1 is a referral from the clerk regarding a street closure request for the 3800 block of East Avenue.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this block party. It's been approved by the mayor, police, and fire. We've also had some discussions with the clerk's office. Once we approve this, I'd like to refer block parties on these major streets like East, Ridgeland, and Oak Park, and some of the others, to the Public Works Committee, so we can update our ordinance or talk about it if we continue to do these.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Fate, to approve the 3800 East Avenue block party. Sent it to Public Works, Police and Fire have already seen it for the necessary blockades according to the police designation, and also referred to the Public Works Committee so we can discuss updating the ordinance regarding the main thoroughfares. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item H1, please.
Item H1 is a communication from Zoning, Planning, and Development Commission with an ordinance reading, an ordinance approving a variation to build a second-story addition to a single-family home with a 0-foot setback from the front facade of the existing building within the R1 Single-Family Residence Zoning District at the address commonly known as 2710 South Grove Avenue, Berwyn, Illinois, owned by Ronald Belanti.
I move that we concur with the Zoning Board of Appeals and approve the zoning variation at 2710 South Grove Avenue, and agree with the board that the building's non-traditional style allows for the appeal of this variation, approval of this variation.
Second.
Adopt,
I'll-
motion to adopt the ordinance.
I'll take care of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion by Leisure, seconded by Lennon, to concur with the Zoning, Planning, and Development Commission's recommended approval of the zoning variation at 27 South Grove, adopt the necessary ordinance, affix the signatures, and place it on its way to passage. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye.
Boywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Pabon?
Aye.
Ruiz?
Aye.
Aranella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
Count.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item I1, please.
Item I1 is a communication from Alderman Carmichael.
I make a motion to adopt my resolution to set midnight as the cutoff time for to-go liquor sales Monday through Sunday.
Actually, I'm sorry. Were you, I just had some questions. I was wondering if it's, first of all, Alderman Carmichael, thank you for being proactive about this. I think that we need to be very cognizant of things that are happening in our surrounding cities. Although Chicago is not directly our next neighboring community, I do understand where you're coming from with this, but I'd like to know if you're willing to provide some data to support this. I don't know how many liquor stores we're talking about, where they're located, if we've had any recent incidences, maybe in the last year or so. I'd like to have some of that data before we put this into ordinance, if that's what we choose to do, simply because we are impacting small businesses in our community. So I'd like to be able to have something to support this on why we're doing this, because I feel like this is going to create some controversy when it comes to our small businesses, even though we're protecting our residents.
Sure. So there's approximately 5 or 6 Liquor stores that are inside of Berwyn that have hours that would be outside of this. Most of them would be 2 hours on both Friday and Saturday. That's the extent of what we would be cutting back on.
So where's the problems that occurred there?
I don't have problems that would occur. This is to prevent potential problems in the future.
Okay, did you contact the police department with respect to whether or not we've had problems, or even the liquor commissioner to find out?
No, because this is a
It's
new.
not the liquor stores that are gonna cause us problems, just so you understand that.
Okay, I would disagree on that,
Okay.
because we are now
I see
the.
that you dealt with the Chicago company. Chicago's different than Berwyn. So you're taking what's happening in Chicago as happening in Berwyn.
No, I'm taking what is happening in Chicago, where they've just set it to midnight, and now Berwyn being on the border,
Okay.
to be the first town over where they would come to after the liquor sales
All right,
closed
so
in
where's your
Chicago.
resolution?
I'm sorry?
Where's your resolution? There is no resolution here, there's no ordinance. What are you suggesting we do with this communication?
I'm suggesting that we send it to legal to draft an ordinance.
Okay,
Excuse me, can we also send this to police and to the liquor commissioner
it's his
to see
motion.
what kind of problems we have experienced at some of our establishments as well? This not only is an issue for our liquor stores, we also have probably 7-Eleven, gas stations, and others that sell, beer and wine after hours as well. So I'd like to, if we could do some more research on it and then come back to council with it, that would be great.
it's Alderman's motion.
I'm going to go ahead and make the motion to adopt this resolution as written.
Well, okay, there is no resolution written. Do we have a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion by Carmichael, seconded by Pabon to adopt resolution as written. There is no resolution. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon,
Nay.
Boywood,
Nay.
Leisure,
Nay.
Fate,
I'm willing to talk about this, but there's nothing to vote on here, so nay.
Pabon,
I
Ruiz,
really wish we had more data, because I would like to know if this is something we should seriously consider, but unfortunately, we don't have a compromise, so nay.
Marinella,
Nay.
Carmichael.
Aye.
6 ayes, 2 nays, Mayor.
Motion defeated. Item in I-2, please.
Item I-2 is a communication from Alderman Pabon, a proclamation recognizing Representative Cory Bush and President Biden.
Yeah, so I just would like to ask the council that they and the city recognize Representative Bush and President Biden for their leadership in extending the moratorium that impacts so many people in our community, and move to mark this as informational as is.
Second.
Motion by Pabon, second by Carmichael to consider the communication informational. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item I-3, please.
Item I-3 is a communication from the Berwyn Police and Fire Commission regarding probationary police officer.
I move that we accept as informational the communication from the Berwyn Fire and Police Commission.
Second.
Motion by Elijah, seconded by Lennon to consider the communication informational from the Berwyn Police and Fire Commission welcoming Charles Gialoni to the police department. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. J1.
J1 is a communication from City Administrator Siaba Green regarding cyber liability insurance renewal.
I will make a motion to concur with City Administrator Ruth Ziaba Green and authorize the city administration to execute a contract with At Bay in the amount of $43,700 for cyber liability insurance.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Fate to concur with the recommendation of Administrator Green and authorize the execution of a contract with Ed Bay for the cyber liability insurance in the amount of $43,700. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon,
Aye.
Boywood,
Aye.
Leisure,
Aye.
Fate,
Aye.
Pabon,
Aye.
Ruiz,
Aye.
Arinella,
Aye.
Carmichael.
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item J2, please.
J2 is a communication from Public Works Director Schiller, a recommendation to approve plat of subdivision for property at 3727 Wesley.
I would like to defer this communication for 2 weeks so I can visit with the residents on that block.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Ruiz to defer for 2 weeks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item J3, please.
J3 is a communication from Director Schilder regarding recommendation to approve entering into an agreement with Enterprise Fleet Management to lease municipal vehicles.
I'd like to make a motion that we concur with Director Schiller's recommendation to move forward with the Enterprise Master Fleet Agreement and authorize the corporate authorities to fix the necessary signatures and send it on its way to passage.
Second.
Second, Joe?
Second.
Who's second?
I did.
Somebody over here. Aaronella is second?
I did.
Okay. Motion by Ruiz, seconded by Aaronella, to concur with Director Schiller and move forward with the Enterprise Master Fleet Agreement, executed with corporate authority signatures, and place it on its way to passage. All those in favor, on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye, but I would like the police department to review again, just to see if there's any vehicles that they have that they could add to this. I realize that not all can, but there might be a few that we can look at as
Yeah,
well.
they've been talking about that, but as of right now, there's none for them.
Okay, thank you.
Roywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Pabon?
Aye.
Ruiz?
Aye.
Aranella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item J4, please.
J4 is a communication for Director Schiller requesting emergency approval to replace the drive and rebuild pump number 1 at 30th Street.
I'd like to make a motion that we concur with Schiller's request to waive the bid process, replace the BFD drive, rebuild pump motor number 1 at 30th Street with a cost of $14,500 for the drive and $25,000 for the motor rebuild.
Second.
Motion by Ruiz, seconded by Fate, to concur with the direction of Director Schiller and authorize the emergency repair, waiving the bidding process of the VFD drive and rebuild the pump number 1 for estimated cost of $14,500 for the drive and $25,000 for the motor rebuild. All those in favor, on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye.
Roywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Pabon?
Aye.
Ruiz?
Aye.
Aranella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor. 8 ayes.
Motion carried. Item J5, please.
Item J5 is a communication from Public Works Director Schiller requesting approval to replace a 2003 Ford F-350 pickup truck and a 2007 Hyundai Santa Fe.
Mayor, I'd like to defer this agenda item for our next committee meeting in 2 weeks. Council meeting.
Defer for
Sorry.
council.
Council meeting. Sorry.
Second.
Motion by Ruiz, seconded by Lennon, to defer for 2 weeks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Opposed? Motion carried. Item J6, please.
J6 is a communication from Director Schiller recommending approval of the attached master poll agreement with a resolution authorizing and approving a master poll attachment agreement between New Singular Wireless PC and the City of Berwyn related to the placement of small cell facilities on certain city-owned poles or structures in the right-of-way for the City of Berwyn, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
I'd like to make a motion that we concur with Director Schiller's request approving the master poll agreement as presented, authorize the corporate authorities to fix the necessary signatures and send it on its way to passage.
Second.
Motion by Ruiz, second by Aaronella, to concur with Director Schiller and approve the master poll agreement as presented, authorize the corporate authorities to fix the necessary signatures and place it on its way to passage. All those in favor, on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye.
Roywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Pabon?
Aye.
Ruiz?
Aye.
Aranella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Roywood, to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Aldermanic committee meetings. Alderman Lennon.
Call the chair.
Alderman Roywood.
Call the chair.
Alderman Leisure.
I would like to remind everyone that this Saturday, August 14th, from 9 to 2, is the police station open house at 6401 31st Street. So this would be a good time to get out and show our police we support them. Also, on August 20th, Friday, is the first ever Third Ward Movie Night at the PEV YMCA, 2947 South Oak Park, in the back yard. The gates open at 7:30. Thank you.
Alderman Fate,
Call the chair.
Alderman Pavone,
Call the chair.
Alderman Ruiz. Alderman Aaronelli.
Call the chair.
Alderman Carmichael.
Call the chair. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Carmichael, seconded by Lennon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.